every time we say goodbye, they all see that it's a lie. 'Cause we always give it one last try. Yeah, you've watched me break 1,000 times. Now I'm all alone, 'cause you never show. You say you will, but then you don't. That's how it goes. Don't wanna know. I'm turning off my mind so I get by. I just wanna be happy, happy tonight. In the morning, I'ma leave without giving a warning. I'ma leave without giving a. But every time we say goodbye, we all know that it's a lie. Now I'm all alone, 'cause you never show. You say you will, but then you don't. I just wanna be happy, happy tonight. Happier tonight. Happier tonight. Can't be waiting for you in the morning. I'ma leave without giving a warning. I just wanna be happy.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you are well. Sorry about that. I clicked on the wrong button and we got me instead of the intro. But I hope you are all well. Thank you for joining. Gameweek 25 is about to commence. I'm sure you are all in the same position that we're hoping for some fixtures to be announced for Gameweek 26 this week, but we didn't get it. It is going to be Pizza Friday. It is. But we didn't get those fixture announcements that we were hoping for. I haven't made my transfers yet. I have one free transfer. I think I'm going to use it whether we get an announcement or not. It may change slightly what I'm going to do, but yeah. No announcements. If you don't follow me over on Twitter, guys, make sure to go and do so. We've just hit 19,000 followers just before this stream, so thank you all very much. I appreciate it. If you are new or you're a long time follower, again, I appreciate it either way. So say hello in the chat. We will get through to everyone. I suppose if we just recap on last week, I scored 88 points with a -4, which gave me a small red arrow, about 3,000 places down. Dean with a double game week, Areola, Lookman, they're okay. They're hopefully going to double again in game week 26. We haven't had the announcements, as I think all of us are waiting for. But yeah, we'll wait and see. Say hello and I will do the usual shout outs. So who have we got in this evening? Matthew, Mark, Slivo, ST Sports, Scottish Fly Fisher, Teddy, Addrinks, Oliver, Patrick, Kartik, Mohammed, Teddy, Oliver, Nigel, Kartik, Foysal, Nuclear, Patrick, it's Benji, Ayush, EJ, Adrian, Carrick, Samuli, AJ, Idrajit, Alex, Neo, Matthew, welcome everyone. Davor, I appreciate it. Good to see so many of you in here already. I know there are so many other streamers that go live at this time, but for you guys to be in here, I really appreciate it. Just before we get started, if you guys could smash that like button straight away, get the stream off to it, get the stream rolling. But yeah, I'll get into all your questions, guys. In terms of my transfer plans, while you guys are hitting that like button, just while I'll talk you through this, I've got a lot of money in the bank. I have enough to do Brewster to Kane. I kind of think this is going to be my transfer this game week. I worry that Gundogan's not going to start. He's not going to get any minutes. And my defence isn't strong enough to have a bench player come off. So I don't want to go in with my front seven as it is. So I want to strengthen that. And Kane I know I want as a forward. The only reason that I potentially wouldn't go Kane is if I learnt that Southampton get a double game week in game week 26. I don't want a wild card because I don't know what those doubles are going to be. Do I want to go... If I wild carded, I'd have a Southampton defender and a Southampton forward. So I'd get Vestergaard and Danny Ings if I played my wild card. But if they then don't double in game week 26, it really messes up my bench boost plans. So, yeah. So for me, I don't want to take that risk on a wild card. If Fulham don't double, then I won't be bench boosting next week and I'll play my triple captain on Harry Kane. It was always the plan with my Fulham players. It meant that I could be flexible on my triple captain or my bench boost while having a good double last week, having a good fixture this week, and also playing in game week 29. There was a lot of reasons why bringing in my Lookman and Areola last week was a good move. But yeah, so I think Kane in, unless we get a last minute announcement, will be... And then this is how I will line up. So I will probably bench Watkins because Leicester away from home are very good, especially defensively. I don't think Gundogan will play, so Watkins will happily come in for me over Gundogan. There's a chance that I could bench Lookman just because, but he's got that Sheffield United fixture. I'd feel a bit stupid benching him and he getting a return against Sheffield United. So at the moment, that's how I'm going to line up with Kane coming in for Brewster. Finally get Brewster out of my team. Start prepping for the bench boost. So yeah, right. So here we go, some questions. Start Watkins or Loughton? I'd probably still go Watkins over the two of them. Stroke or Ben White for the next 5 game weeks. It depends if... I'd probably go Ben White because Strike may not keep his place the whole time during that. So yeah, I'd go Strike. Bench Watkins or Gundogan. As I'm doing, I'd probably bench Watkins just because if Gundogan plays and you don't own him, that's a real rank killer. Whereas the rank killing in Watkins is likely to be less. You're in a situation like me. Should you play Watkins or Gundogan? So for me, as I'm playing Gundogan, I don't expect him to start. I probably don't expect him to get any minutes at all. Wildcard active. Should I go for Grealish or Barnes? So I would go for Barnes just because there are a few rumours knocking around on Grealish. Whether they're true or not, I would probably just play it safe and go Barnes. What you could do is go... You can always go Rafinha and then make the choice next week. And then go, right, I'm going to start with Rafinha because he's got a really nice double this game week. And then go next game week, I'm going to upgrade him for a -4. Because realistically, if you go Barnes this week against Villa or you go Grealish this week against Leicester, you're probably going to get that 4 points back from that double game week that you're going to get with Rafinha. So I'd wildcard, get Rafinha in your team, and then take a -4 to upgrade that Rafinha to Barnes or Grealish. Grealish if we know he's fit, but Barnes if he's not. Rafinha or Bamford for captain. For me, Bamford is a differential on his own. So I would be getting Rafinha in my team. Great pick, but I'd be captaining Bamford. Good evening, Simply FPL. How are you doing, mate? Good to see you in. Let me know your transfer thoughts, what you're planning on, if you've made them, if you're waiting for a tweet from someone. If they don't come at 6 o'clock, then that's that. We can start. They're not going to come between 6 and the deadline, I don't think. But yeah. Suchek to Rafinha for a -4. Yeah, I would do that, definitely. Rafinha for Gundogan or Grealish this week. We're selling Gundogan or Grealish, I don't particularly like. I probably, that's really tough. With the news, I'd want to get that player back in next week anyway, so I probably wouldn't make that transfer. DCL or Gundogan, who should you start? I'd still start Gundogan in those situations. I'd still start Gundogan. He's probably not going to come off the bench. He's probably either going to start the game or he's not going to be fit enough to make the squad. So I'd start Gundogan and then DCL can come off your bench. What would be my team if I wildcard in? It's really hard without the fixtures. Because it's the big Southampton or Fulham double. Because do you go for your Fulham players like Lookman, great, Areola, but then if they only have one fixture, then you don't want them. But if Southampton don't double, then you don't want them. It's really tough to call. If you guys are on a wild card now, I probably wouldn't go in on Southampton or on Fulham. I'd completely ignore it. Yeah, you're going to have double City defence in there. I like an Everton or if you're going to bench boost and you can afford it, double Villa defence, triple Villa in there, triple City in there, probably 2 Leeds, Bamford, Rafinha, Fernandes still, probably Son and Kane in there as well. It's a big budget. You might not be able to afford all of that, but that's where I'd be going. Start DCL or Watkins. Watkins for me, it's a tough one. I would still probably go with Watkins out of the two of them. Leicester are good away from home, particularly from a defensive point of view, but I'd still probably go there. Haaland in FPL next season, he will be 12 million or something. Kane or Ings on a wild card. It depends what your strategy is. If you don't have a transfer booked in next week, then I would go Ings this week and upgrade him to Kane next week. But if that would be a -4, for example, I would just go Kane from the off. You're on bench boost this week. Wow. Martinez, Watkins, Stones, Cresswell. I don't particularly like that with single game week. I think, to be honest, it's a bit of a waste of a wild card. You've got Cresswell against Tottenham. You've got Watkins and against Leicester, Martinez against Leicester. I'd rather just not play it. I think you'll get more out of it further down the line. What's going on with Jack Grealish? Rumours, all I can say. I can't confirm it either way. I cannot confirm it either way. There is a lot of rumours. There is a lot, but yeah. You've got Ben Mee, Wan-Bissaka, Cancelo, Stones. Name one to bench. Not me. I'd probably bench one of your City players. I'd probably bench Stones. If Cancelo doesn't play, then Stones can come in. But you can't bench me or Wan-Bissaka with the fixtures they've got. You can't do that. Play Watkins or Grealish. Grealish, because Grealish he's not going to sit on the bench and come on. With the rumours, yeah, I'd play Grealish out of the two of them. Struijk or Antonio to start. Struijk, definitely. Which one to bench? Salah, Bruno, Barnes, Gundogan and Rafinha. Wow. I'd probably bench Barnes, as much as I hate to say it. Put Gundogan, with him first sub for Gundogan. Bench one, Cancelo, Stones or Luke Shaw. Stones probably. The least attacking of all of them. How many hits are practical for Gameweek 26? Would go for Rafinha or Barnes this week on that. It depends. If you're on a wild card and you think that Rafinha outscores Barnes by 4 points this week, then that's a hit. It doesn't necessarily mean you've got to look at each hit in turn. Don't just think okay, I'm going to take a -12 and I can't take more. If you think the next transfer is going to pay off and return points, then that's worth considering. Pep will want to give KDB some minutes ahead of Europe, so Sterling to be rotated. The City team this week is really difficult to call. They've got Champions League. They'll want to put out a really strong performance, but they do have Arsenal. It's not an easy fixture, so can't get rid of Leicester players ahead of 26. Yeah. I wouldn't be selling Barnes. Potentially benching him. Is Werner back? I really like Werner as a Chelsea fan. I'm really enjoying it. Really enjoying what he's offering. So yeah. Cool. Bench Target or Cresswell? That's I'd probably bench Target there. McCarthy, me, Diaz, Dallas. Any suggestions on your team? I don't know who your bench is, but your team looks nice. Kane and Vardy up front is a lot of money. But yeah. This is my team. I don't have Rafinha. I have one Leeds player. It is Bamford. I am planning for a Game Week 26 bench boost. So I can't be using my transfers. If we'd have got double Game Week news, I may well have wildcarded this week. But we don't have that news. So I can't make the decisions on it. So I've got to just focus on Game Week 26. Hope that we get through in some sort of respectable rank after this week, given I only have one double Game Week player. Arsenal and Burnley in 26 for Leicester. Definitely not an easy fixture attacking wise. No. Good defensively. And if you guys read my differential article from this week, they score goals against everyone. They're a really good attacking output. So Barnes should get something in at least one of those games. Would I do a -4 hit to bring in Vestergaard for Justin? Depends if you can. It depends if you're on a bench boost next week. Because if you're bench boosting next week, I probably wouldn't do that. Because I'd look to bring in someone for that. But if you're not bench boosting and you can maybe bench Vestergaard in 26, then yeah, I would do that. Do I reckon John Stones will start? Probably. I think so. It's a big game. I'd probably go for a pretty full City defence in it. If you guys don't already, there is my Game Week preview thread, which has a predicted lineup. If you want me to go through any of them, we look at City. He is predicting Gundogan to start, but importantly, when I spoke to him, the guy who writes this FPL, Shark FPL, he said that Gundogan's unlikely to make the bench. So that's the team that he went with. So that's the prediction there. Kane and Son for 26 or any Leicester player instead. I prefer Kane and Son over a Leicester player. Vardy over Kane is an interesting one. But yeah. Chris Wood, so you guys looking at a Burnley. I haven't heard any updates. Let's have a look on this. No updates. He's not predicted to start. He's not back by the looks of things. Start Grealish or Diaz? Grealish. Tell me my favourite 5 defenders. I actually think the defence is really difficult to pick. So I think you want double City defence. I think you want a Villa defender. So that's 3. Then I like the look of an Everton defender. Their fixtures look good, but they're not great defensively. Then a fodder. I like, Fulham's not bad. Start Cancelo or me. Pretty tough. I'd probably go Cancelo. Triple captain Bamford or save it for the last 6. I could do it, but we know that Wolves and Southampton are both capable of good defensive performances. Now, whether they do that or not is they probably won't. But I don't like Bamford enough. We know that Leeds blow so hot and cold from one fixture to another that I probably wouldn't be doing it. Yeah, Brighton defenders look great. If you've got a space and you're not bench boosting, particularly, then they're great because they play in 29 as well. Thoughts on KDB? Ahmad, just before we get into the KDB thoughts, Ahmad, thank you very much for subscribing. Any of you guys who are new and want to subscribe, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and there'll be an on-stream notification. There is a league code up at the top, that T1XM. There's a £5 winner for every month it doesn't matter if you're having a bad season. If you win that month, you win a £5 voucher. You have to be a subscriber to enter. But £5, so you may as well subscribe, join the league. You could be in with winning a free fiver every month. So the top of February is this team. Wow, 129 that guy scored in last game week. But yeah, subscribe. You should get an on-stream notification. Join the league as well if you are new and if you're not in it already. What time is it? I need to remember to do my transfer. Could you imagine if at 6 o'clock they announce it? Could you imagine? Would be massive. Would be massive. Would be massive. Could you imagine if they put out an announcement at 6? Am I silly for thinking Dave's at Spurs? No, Regulion's not out. So yes, it's not what I'd be going with. How do I join that league? So you go on leagues and then you go create and join new leagues. You go join a league, join a private league, and you go and put that code in. So the code is T1XM. Let me go and put it in the chat for you. I don't know if I can just stick that all in the chat for you guys. Let me... There's a link in there and there's a code in that message in the chat. Cool. So -4 to bring in Ings and bench Watkins. No, because Watkins is going to double in 26 and we don't know if Ings will. 100 for watching and 53 likes. Yeah. Come on. Let's bump that up. Sorry, KDB thoughts. I just don't like him for his price. He might, in the new city, the way they've looked in recent weeks, maybe, but I want to see it from him before I go buying him. Kane or Son, worth sacrificing another premium. I probably wouldn't want to sacrifice Bruno, Salah. Oh yeah, I can pin messages. God, Quarry, you're so clever. Stop the chat. Pin, there we go. Kane a good shout for this week. Yeah, I'm probably going to bring in Kane this game week. This is my team if Kane comes in. Of course, if Kane doesn't come in, I decide to roll my transfer. Watkins will play, but this is how I'm probably going to line up with Kane coming in. Lookman or Watkins for this week. I'd probably start Lookman. Should you bring in Dunk or Dye next week? Dye is such a liability with his starting spots. I don't like it at all. I'd probably go Dunk. Do I think Ings is worth a 1 week transfer? Yeah, I like him. You think it's better to get Kane and forget Ings? I could go to Ings and then an extra -4, but do I think Ings outscores Kane by 4? Now you've got me thinking. Now you've got me thinking. Now you've got me thinking. Will Ings outscore Kane? Oh, Chelsea at home's not easy though, but Leeds away, he could have a hatful there, but then so could Kane. I think I'm just going to play it safe and hope for a big rank gain next week. I am waiting until 6 o'clock to make my transfers, just in case they make that late announcement. If they announce it and Southampton have a double game week, you will see me do a half an hour wildcard. I will wildcard live and do that. Should I take a hit to bring in Dallas? Depends what you're doing with him next week. You got to think about 25 and 26 as a combination, because right now Southampton Leeds don't double in 26 and they're unlikely to. I know I'm a Chelsea fan, but we know Ings will get 2 against them. We'll see. Bamford's my captain because he's got a double game week. So yeah, probably going to get something in one of those two. You better have a draft. I do have a draft for that wild card. I'll show you what it looks like actually. So if we got news that Southampton got a double game week, and so that means Fulham doesn't, This is what my wildcard... My lead is really faulty and it keeps like... so Johnson in. I probably have to... I have a lot of team value. It is worth remembering. So if Southampton get that double... What's his name? I'd actually start with Rafinha and I'd take a -4. So I would start with yeah, and then I may still keep Luca Dean. I can't remember. Oh, I'd have to leave money for Ings to Kane. That's why. This is what I would wildcard to. I can't afford him. Maybe it was Pereira. Or maybe I go Dean because they're likely to have double game weeks after is the only thing. And then maybe I don't get Target and I go Conser. It would look something like that. No, I'm not wildcarding. If we get news that Southampton double in 26 as well, so they have double, then I will wildcard. Oh, actually, I don't need to do that. Because I can, yeah, it would look something like that, basically. Oh, yeah, because I'd be keeping Ings, so I wouldn't be able to get Luca Dean. I'd have... Yeah, I would... Oh. I don't quite know how I afforded it. Oh, because Rafinha would get downgraded to Jorginho in order to forward a better defender in there, and then a 4.6 defender. It could be anyone. But effectively, if we put a Fulham defender, because they do have a good fixture against Crystal Palace in that game week, so if we go and put in Adebayo, for example... So that would effectively be my wildcard. Something like that. You're playing McCarthy. I'm not playing Martinez either this game week. So I'm playing Areola against Sheffield United. So Kane. So we can triple tap in game 26. Yeah. Southampton can have 3 doubles in a row. Technically they can. I think it's unlikely because I think it basically feels like there's a 50-50 chance that they put Tottenham versus Fulham and Tottenham versus Southampton into that game week 26. Now, I personally think that it's unfair to give Southampton 3 double game weeks in a row. It's too much of a fixture congestion when they could just give it to Fulham and Fulham have 1 double game week. So, yeah. If I was wildcarding, I'd have double defence. Their double in 26 is too nice. Yeah, sorry. If I was wildcarding, it would be... Sorry, yeah, that's what it would look like for the double. So I wouldn't have Kane and I wouldn't have Jorginho this week, and I'd have Bamford. No, should you keep Grealish? Yeah, I'd keep him for now. Wait and see. If I wildcarded, this would be my team, and I do Bamford and Rafinha to Jorginho and Kane next week. Antonio to Ings, what do I think? Yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah. Play DCL or Gundogan. So let me just take a screenshot of that for you in case anyone comes back. When will the double game weeks be announced? It's looking like next week. So yeah. Yeah, sorry. Good evening, everyone. As always, please like and subscribe if you are new. As always, there will be a little on-stream notification for you guys if you are new. Just like that. Andrew, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate it a lot. Yeah, anyone new, there should be a little on-stream notification for you if you do go and subscribe. Evening Trophy, how are you doing? Tikaram, thank you for subscribing. Always get a few coming in at the same time. Bench boost, Gundo, Redmond, Pope, Mitchell. No, because I don't think Mitchell's going to start. I'd wait and do that next week. Another one, Paolo, thank you very much for subscribing. I appreciate that a lot. I think there's about a tiny bit of hope in me that we get fixtures at 6 o'clock, but I think it's unlikely. That's why I'm looking down. I am on my phone. I'm just trying to check that. Captain Bamford or Rafinha. Bamford for me because his ownership will be so high. Strike, good enabler on a wildcard. Yeah, I just don't know how... You know that he's not going to be nailed in that team, I don't think. So, let me have a look. I haven't really been following how many minutes he's played recently. He's played a lot, actually. Interesting, yeah, then potentially. Now in theory, I could go strike to... I could go Mitchell to strike, but then I'd have 2 Leeds players on my bench next week in my bench boost, so I don't really want to do that. Should you go Mitchell over Kufal this game week? I probably would, because Mitchell's not going to come off the bench if he doesn't start, so I probably would do that. KDB to Gundogan. I still like Gundogan as the better option. Game week 25 lineup, please. This is my lineup. One transfer to be made if we don't get anything at all at 6 o'clock, which I don't think we will, but I just want to wait to the last minute. Should I go Mitchell over Kufal this week? Yeah. Brewster over Watkins. No, so I'm going to bring in Kane for Watkins. I'm going to bring in Kane there. Pope or Martinez? Pope. Strike playing because Phillips, Kosh and Llorente injured. Soon as 2 of those are back, he's out. Yeah, that's the issue. Meslier or Martinez. Meslier, double game week goalkeeper. Still the way to go for me. KDB for Sterling next game week. Yeah, potentially. If you've got Sterling, it's not a bad way to go. KDB plays pretty much every minute for Man City. So yeah, I would. Start Grealish or Cresswell. Grealish. Matt Target has transferred out the team at Jack Grealish. It's a lie. It's not true. Let me just remove that comment so no one in the chat thinks that's actually what happened. Should you go Mitchell over Kufal? Yes. Grealish or Maddison out? I don't know who you're transferring them out for. Ings or Watkins to navigate till 29. Watkins definitely. DCL thoughts. You got Kane and Bamford. In terms of what, bringing him in, I wouldn't bring him in this week. Benching him potentially. Who else are you playing? Whom should you start? Gundogan or DCL? Gundogan. Start your Gundogans if you've got them. Just start him. First games don't go well, so I'm nervous for Bamford. Yeah, but you know he's got a double game week. So anything tonight or anything then is... If he blanks tonight, then anything is a bonus, really. You have a plan to bring in Kane in game 26. Do I need to get Ings this week? No. Thoughts? Rudiger for Leeds defender strike. I wouldn't do the transfer either way. If you're on your wild card, I just own strike first because he's got a double game week. Start Grealish or John Stones. Grealish. Still Grealish. Should you go Mitchell over Kufal this game week? Still yes. Look at my bench. Who to captain, Rafinha or Bamford? Who to start, Rafinha or who to captain, Rafinha or Bamford? For me, still Bamford. Let me put up my captaincy ranking for you. Let me get my captaincy ranking up. Down here somewhere. When is the Tottenham West Ham game? Am I going to be all in like Saturday morning? I haven't actually. That's my captaincy shout. Let me have a look when the fixtures are. Start Dean or Lingard. Probably Lingard. A Sunday morning. Okay. Do I play Cancelo or Mitchell? Cancelo. Patrick. Start Mitchell. Patrick Mitchell. Sunday at noon. Dallas or Rudiger? Dallas, definitely. This game week. Don't know if that's referring to this game week, but yeah, definitely Dallas. Rudiger or Gundogan? Gundogan. Right. I'm going to time this guy out. Hopefully, Patrick, if posted one more time. Do I think Dan Burn will continue to play? Yeah, no, I still think he will. He's played really well, so I wouldn't worry about him. There are others that are more nailed in that Brighton defence if you're looking at it. So yeah. Captain Fernandez, he's not a bad captain. I just prefer a double game week player. Would I take DCL out for I sold Diaz to get Dallas. Interesting. Next week you won't want to have done that, but it's whether it pays off this game week for you. When am I going to use my triple captain? Further down the season. Yeah, not here. Harry, why is Ings not in your team? Just want to get Kane. I could go Ings. Do I think Ings outscores Kane by 4 points this game week? I don't know what the Fantasy Football Hub predicted points are for the pair of them. I do rate him. It's just I want... Kane, it's predicted to beat him by 3 points. So then it makes the hit not pay off. I haven't used my second wild card. So, yeah, the question is does Ings outscore Kane by 4 points this game week? West Ham have looked really good defensively. Leeds haven't. If you've got my McCarthy this game week, I'd probably start him, yeah. I probably would. You're feeling Gundogan will be started or benched. I don't think he'll be benched. I think he'll start or not be in the squad at all. Yeah, but Dallas is like goal threat and clean sheet, which is why I've put him over Rafinha in my list. Sorry, which question am I not getting to? Satya. Stones or Cancelo or Cresswell benched. I'd probably still bench Cresswell out of them. Or probably Cresswell. Bruno to KDB. I don't like that particularly, especially not this week. What about Shaw for Kufal? Potentially. It just doesn't work with my game at 26 plan. I need the money. I need someone cheaper. Stones. So yeah. Satya, I would bench Cresswell. Why don't I have a Chelsea player? Just there's a lot of rotation. The double game week's not good. If you need a replacement for Justin, if you've got a spare Villa spot, Target's a good one. Dallas is a good one. Probably my standouts. If you can go up to Stones and you don't have Triple City, then another one. Callum Hudson-Odoi or Kilman. I'd probably start Hudson-Odoi. Will the double City defence still be necessary after game week 28? Maybe not. For those of us on a looking not to free hit in game at 29, it may be an easy way, to do Diaz or Cancelo to Dallas or someone like that. It makes a lot of sense. But for now, I don't see myself going without him. Is Mount nailed for Chelsea? Pretty nailed. We're always going to have a little bit of rotation in our Chelsea team, but yeah, pretty nailed. Pretty nailed indeed. Let me just retweet the stream 1 minute. Do I think I do Fabianski to Martinez or Kufal to Dunk? I'd prefer Kufal to Dunk. Yeah, definitely Kufal to Dunk, actually. Do I think Villa defence double up is worth it? I want to see them perform this week without Matty Cash at right back, because I think going El Mohammadi will make them not as good as they were with Matty Cash at right back. So I want to see them this week. So if you can wait, I do that. I support Chelsea. Start Ben Mee or Son. Son. Still Son. Cresswell or Alonso. Alonso. Just joined. Have I missed something on your starting Brewster? Sorry, yeah, I'm still waiting to make my transfer of Brewster to Harry Kane. So yeah, you have missed. I'm not that crazy. Cool. Could you imagine they announced double game week news at like 6:25? That's why I'm waiting, because in theory it could happen. I think it'll probably crash the game though. That's my planned transfer. Leaves me 0.4 million in the bank. When I say Grealish or Kane, I can get Kane in for Antonio, but then would have to transfer Grealish or out. Okay. It depends who you'd be. If you could do Grealish to Harvey Barnes and get Kane in, I like that. Yeah, they'll announce it at 6:30, I'm sure. How much in the bank? Now leaves me 0.4. Before that, I have 7 million. Is it necessary to have both Kane and Son? I don't like having the double game week. The thing is, the double game week is one thing, but then game week 29 they play, so it's good to have both. Game week 27 is also the Crystal Palace at home, which is a great fixture. And game week 28 is the London Derby, and you always know what can happen in those games. So it's a good time to have it. I'll probably wildcard after game week 30. I'll probably maybe wildcard. Actually, they've got a good fixture there. I might wildcard, game week 31 in and around there. So, should you bring in Watkins for Bamford for the double? Well, wait until next week. Just wait and see what happens. It's a good transfer. Depends how much money you've got tied up in. It depends what your game week 29 strategy is. Because if you need Bamford for the game week 29 double, then it's effectively like Watkins has a single in 26 and a single. Oh no, Watkins will play in 29 as well. Yeah. I'd just wait and see, but it's probably a good transfer next week. Get Bamford's double this week and then wait next week. Pope or Meslier have Dallas on and more prowess on the team. Pope or Meslier this week. Meslier. Should you start Fabianski or Johnston? Johnson, definitely. Play one. Diaz, Pereira or Rudiger. Pereira, it's just that attacking threat. Villa have looked a bit absent going forward, so yeah. Just a reminder to please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Well said, Trophy. So yeah, if you guys please, 97 of you guys watching and only 64 likes. So if you could drop a like and subscribe if you are new as well and if you are enjoying. Rafinha for Soucek for -4, yes. Oh, if you had to bench Grealish or Gundogan as a result from -4, I probably wouldn't do that. Gundo is fit to play. It depends on Pep's Russia roulette. Do you think? I don't see anything that's necessarily suggests he's fit to play, but we will see. Start me or Jackie Grealish. Johnson or Martinez. Probably Martinez. Start me or Gundogan. Gundogan. Takeaway today. Yeah, pizza. Just had some interesting work news. So yeah, pizza to go with that. Is Kufau to Shaw good? Is Kufau to Shaw good? Yeah. Yeah. He's not got the best double game week next week. Although one of them's Palace, isn't it, actually? Who did Crystal Palace play? Fulham. Oh, if there's a double, it's... Yeah, Luke Shaw's an interesting one, actually, especially if their second matches against Palace. There's always that bit of rotation risk is the only thing. Best double game at goalkeeper other than Martinez. Johnson is not a bad one if they get a double. Areola if they get a double. Who would I play out of Cancelo, Stones, me or Target? I'm guessing you got to bench one. I'd bench Target there. Leno or Martinez? I don't think I can afford Shaw. Don't think I can. I can't squeeze Shaw in, I don't think. In theory I can, but I'd have to keep Mitchell. Interesting, but I know I want double defence. I mean, I could go Target in there, but yeah. Double City defence or Loughton and Diaz. It depends. If it's Cancelo, then yeah. If it's Stones, I'd play Loughton. If it's Cancelo, I'd play Cancelo. Soucek, Rudiger, Kufal, bench order. Soucek first, Rudiger second, Kufal last. Do I think Kane will outscore Ings? Probably close. I'd probably go Ings with the two fixtures, especially one against Leeds, but I wouldn't do it for a hit. Start Lloris or Johnson. Probably Johnson. Grealish out for Rafinha. Next, the only thing is, all these transfers are very Game Week 26, Game Week 25 focused. Just wonder where they could go Ings in here. But then it means I then have to do Kane in here. One, bam, bam, and it's a -8 next game week, which I don't really want to do, even with a bench boost. I know it could benefit me this game week, but yeah, I think I'm going to go Kane. I think I'm going to go Kane, but I want Kane for the double. So let me just reset it just so I know what I'm doing. Kane will be coming in there. Stop placing Watkins. He will definitely score this week. Yeah, Kane's the best bet. He just missed us Tottenham, isn't he? Gosh, still no double game week announcement. Start me or Cresswell, me. Loughton or John Stones. Loughton. Start me or Wan-Bissaka. Definitely. With everyone not wildcarding due to late announcements, which other game weeks are likely to be good bench boost opportunities? You kind of need to be playing a bench boost in 26, or you're going to be playing it in a single game week, which makes it much, much harder. Me to Dallas for -4. Probably just. Start Loughton or Watkins. That's a really tough one. I'd probably go Watkins. What time is it? I've got 13 minutes. Do I think Gundogan to Rafinha at all? I'd want Gundogan back, so no. Shall I go for Watkins for Antonio this week with a -4 and then get DCL to Kane and Pope to steer? Yeah. Watkins for Antonio this week, yeah, is fine. I like Watkins next week, though. I like Watkins as an option next week. Should you triple captain Bamford? I probably wouldn't. Well, I haven't actually ordered my pizza yet because this stream's slightly earlier. I can order it after. But yeah, what do you guys get on your pizza? I know we've not got long to the deadline. I will keep answering them, but drop it in the comments if you could have if you ordered a pizza from anywhere, Domino's or something like that. What would you have on top of it? Son or Kane, who is better against West Ham this week? Probably Kane. I always back Kane. Banana on it. Teddy, I know what you're talking about. Is KWP better? Defo out for a few weeks? I think so. We don't know who's going to come in his place though. Pepperoni, pineapple, jalapeno. I quite like that. Pepperoni. Cheese, paper, olives. Spiciest meat-filled option. At Pizza Express, the Polo Forza, if you know what this is. I don't, but I'll look it up. Cooking a pizza right now. Pepperoni, spiced beef and ham. Nice. Meat feast. Pineapple on pizza. Yes, I think it's fine. I don't disagree with it. Captaining Rafinha is going to boost the rank if he hauls. That's tempting. Yeah. You hate pizza? What? Potato salad is where it's at. I love that. Right. Triple captain Bamford. No, I wouldn't be triple captaining Bamford. Where is the subscription celebration? There should be for some people. I know it's not for everyone. Depending on what your privacy settings are, it doesn't show up for everyone. But yeah, it doesn't show up for everyone, but it shows up for some people. If you we will stick around after the deadline and do a little bit of predicting and stuff for next game week. You eat with meat and mushroom and bell pepper on it. Nice. Psycat, should you go for Watkins for Antonio this week with a -4? It depends who's coming off your bench. DCL or Antonio, who to start? Probably Antonio. Do I need a second playing keeper if I don't bench boost? No. I'm getting Nando's today. Nice. What are you getting? Shaw or Grealish? Shaw, probably. Bench order: Soucek, Antonio, Target. Antonio first, Soucek second, Target last. Harrison or for James Rodriguez? Yeah, I would do that. You took Soucek out for a fiend and you feel dirty. Eating my potato salad. How dare you? Oh, just getting... Nando's is overrated. No. Cool. When is the deadline next week? Because... Oh, it's Saturday morning. Perfect. So we'll do a Friday night stream next week. Cool. Is it 20 past yet? Yeah. Yeah, I'm sticking around for when they announce the Gameweek26 deadlines at 6:30 today. Rafinha in for Gundogan out early next week. Take out Bruno for Gundogan and Antonio to Kane. Selling Bruno ahead of a double game week where they've potentially got Palace. I don't like. Brewster to Harry Kane. Confirmed transfers. See, that's why I had Brewster in my starting lineup. This is my team for this game week. Captain Bamford. Let me just give it a little screenshot. I am starting Dean just because we know the deadline isn't gone yet. Deadline is in 8 minutes. I'm starting Dean just because you know what Liverpool are like potentially from a defensive point of view. So yeah, midfield: Bruno, Gundo, Salah, Son. I like it. You're going for food. Have a good evening. Cheers, Jamson. Appreciate it. If you guys are new, please subscribe before heading off, and like it as well. Just 14 likes away from hitting 100. As I always say, completely free. Don't leave it for someone else. Just let's get it up to 100. Just 12 likes more. My Nando's order, probably a butterfly chicken burger medium with coleslaw and peri salted chips. Ooh. Or I like their chicken thighs a lot as well, but the standard like quarter to half chicken is also very good. So, but I think DCL will score, quite possibly against this team. It's a tough one, maybe not, but against this, returning from injury, you don't know quite the level he's going to be at. But I don't. It's a joke. I don't think the double game week news will be released tonight. But yeah, coming back from fitness, DCL's a tough one. If you've got better options, I wouldn't worry about benching him. 10 wings for me, but the burger is very nice. KDB in for Sterling for a -4. KDB in for Sterling for a -4. No, definitely wouldn't be doing that. You prefer the Turkish doner and rice? Tastes so good. Fair. I think Bamford will triple captain himself. It'll be interesting, actually. I imagine he probably will. I don't know whether he's used the chip or not. Cool. You like subs sandwiches more than burgers. Do score predictions for this game week. Yeah, should we do a little bit of... Amati is an interesting one. I want to see. I don't think he'll start this weekend. He's played a lot of minutes. So let's do a little bit. Let's start with Wolves Leeds. Have your score predictions in the comments. I will answer questions as well. Play Stones or Loughton. Loughton. Is Minamino a good option? I'm not thrilled by him. 3-1 Leeds. Wow. Don't be ambitious, chat. Have triple Leeds. Leeds 2-1, Leeds 3-1, 2-1 Leeds. When do I plan to use my wildcard? So if I'm not using it this week, I'm going to use it probably game week 30, game week 31. 4-1 Leeds, 5-0 Leeds. Watch Wolves win. Is it worth bringing in Kane for Antonio? If it's for free, yeah. Should you sell Cresswell? Depends who for. Depends who you're getting in. If you're getting in, yeah. Wolves 2-0. Interesting. Burnley. Let's start with this. We don't have time to do them all. Which is your big shock result of the weekend? If you had to pick one, big shock result, like Southampton to win, maybe West Brom to win, Everton to win, Sheffield United to win, West Ham to win, or is it, I don't know, Arsenal to win, Newcastle? Which is the big shock result? I think West Brom could get a result. Southampton at Chelsea, we could see that turn around. The others, Palace, and without Zaha, you don't really think going to happen. West Ham's a big one. I think that London derby will be interesting. But yeah, Newcastle to win. Do you think? I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. But Everton to win because of Liverpool's defence, potentially. That's an interesting one as well. I think Everton and West Ham are big ones, but I think we're probably going to wrap the stream up there, guys. 2 of you need to like for us to hit 100. If you are new, hit subscribe and turn on notifications, more importantly, because we'll have streams next Friday as well. So make sure you're back for them. I hope you have enjoyed. Good luck in Gameweek 25. Bench Sterling or Son. I wouldn't bench either. Good luck, and I will see you all next time. Thank you all, guys. Goodbye.